Warm wishes to all the participants of the virtual international conference. The research article Evaluation of Drug Susceptibility with Alamar Blue in Mycobacterium tuberculosis will now be presented by Mrs. J. Albino Vince, Assistant Professor in Botany, Holy Cross College Autonomous, Nagarkoil. Today, as it has been for centuries, tuberculosis remains the leading cause of death in the world. The disease is now the world's foremost cause of death from a single infectious agent. Tuberculosis, that is Mycobacterium tuberculosis, is the sensitive index of a nation's poverty. Currently, this disease is chronic, slowly debilitating, and poses a serious threat to the health in developing as well as developed countries. Tuberculosis is a re-emergent problem in many industrialized countries. Different drugs like isoniazid, rifampicin, ethambutol, streptomycin, pyrazinamide, ethiomide, amikacin, kanamycin, and capreomycin have been widely used for treating tuberculosis. These drugs actually diffuses readily into the body fluids as well as the cells. They work against the disease by inhibiting the cell wall synthesis, protein synthesis, and even DNA replication. Bacteria can resist the antibiotics as a result of chromosomal mutation or inductive expression of a latent chromosomal gene or by the exchange of genetic material through transformation, transduction, or conjugation by plasmids. The resistant pattern can be transferred horizontally by plasmids or by chromosomally located conjugative transposons. The antimicrobial agents are rendered inactive by inactivation of the antibiotic by destruction or modification, prevention of the access to the target, and alteration of antibiotic target site. Drug susceptibility tests were done to determine the proportion of bacilli in the test population which is resistant to the drugs being tested. Treatment of tuberculosis without the benefit of susceptibility information increases the risk of treatment failure. Coming into methodology, the sputum samples were collected from patients with pulmonary tuberculosis. Early morning samples were collected and staining was done for identification of acid-fast bacilli using Zeal-Nielsen staining technique. Further, sputum samples were processed using modified Petrov's method. Usually, 4% NaOH was added and shaked well. Centrifugation at 4000 rpm was done for about 15 minutes. The sediment is now used to inoculate in Lowenstein-Jensen medium and incubated at 37 degrees centigrade for 4 to 6 weeks. The resultant colonies were checked for its morphology and acid-fast staining property. Biochemical tests were performed to identify Mycobacterium tuberculosis. The isolates were analyzed for their susceptibility to different antibiotics. The required volume of drugs were added to 450 microliter of TB broth in microfuge tubes to achieve 0.5x, 1x and 2x critical concentration. The final concentrations were rifampicin 0.5, 1 and 2 micrograms, isoniazid 0.1, 0.2 and 0.4 microgram, ethambutol 2.5, 5 and 10 microgram and streptomycin 1, 2 and 4 microgram. Each isolate was tested with 3 different concentrations of 4 drugs. One at critical concentration, one at half the critical concentration and another at double the critical concentration of each drug. Control tubes were also used. 50 microliter of inoculum was added to all the tubes and incubated at 37 degrees centigrade for 7 days. On the 7th day, Alamar Blue was added and checked for its color change. The results of the present work can be seen in the following slides. Microscopical view of acid-fast bacilli. All the 10 sputum samples show pink color rods in the blue background which result as acid-fast bacilli. Out of the 10 samples, 50% showed positive reaction on Lowenstein-Jensen culture medium. For confirmation, Ziehl-Neelsen staining was also performed. On Lowenstein-Jensen medium, the growth of smooth Mycobacterium tuberculosis colonies can be seen in this slide. The formation of rough colonies of Mycobacterium tuberculosis can be seen in this slide. The colorimetric MIC test results for all Mycobacterium tuberculosis isolates were obtained. The color change from blue to pink color at critical concentration of the drug, which indicates the resistance to particular drug. Color change from blue to pink in all the tubes can be seen here. This table shows the results of Alamar Blue assay. All the isolates were susceptible to rifampicin in subcritical, critical and double critical concentration. All the 5 isolates were resistant to isoniazid in subcritical concentration and 1 shows susceptible in critical concentration and 2 shows resistance in double critical concentration. In case of streptomycin, all the isolates were susceptible to all the critical concentration. In ethambutol, 3 isolates showed resistance in subcritical, critical and double critical concentrations. Finally, while concluding my results, the Alamar Blue assay offers a superior combination of rapidity and affordability. This allows the selection of critical concentration of each drug for use in differentiating the susceptible, partially resistant and fully resistant strains. Thus, Alamar Blue assay has the potential of becoming the methods of choice for drug susceptibility testing of Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Clearly, a concreted global effort is required to defeat the tuberculosis resurgence. Finally, one must do the best to ensure that every TB patient has the best chance for the cure. We must do our best to preserve a cure for future generations. Thank you, all of you.